Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. It is day 15, April 22nd. Crazy, April's almost over. And April 22nd is a holiday. I don't know if you were on our Zooms this morning, you might have already heard, but today is Earth Day. So I have next to me my globe. And I'm just gonna spin it around for you. Remember that a globe is a representation of what Earth looks like. So this is where we live. Looks just like this from super far away. And since it is Earth Day, I went ahead and filmed 2 read-alouds for you guys to listen to. So you may have already seen them. If not, y'all go ahead and watch those. There's 2 of them. They're both books about Earth or about Earth Day. So check those out if you get a chance today. And we are going to go ahead and get started. Alrighty, the first thing we're doing is reading and module. So for reading, you are going to click on that video in the link below, or in the description below, I'm sorry, the module video. You are going to watch that first. And as you watch the video, you're going to look at pages 10 and 11 in your packet. And you're gonna follow along, make sure you're using your pointer power as you follow along to listen to Make a Tree Friend. So you're listening to this book as you watch the video. Once you're done the video, you're gonna flip to page 14 in your packet. And if you'll check out right here at the top, there are 3 different pictures that show ways that people enjoy trees. So if you remember back to the book, it talks about how Amy is enjoying trees. And this page talks about other ways that people are enjoying trees. So what you're gonna do is look at these pictures on page 14 and then refer back to this book that we just read. And you are going to decide if the things happening in these pictures are the same or if they're different from the way that Amy is enjoying the trees in this book. So the first one says tree climbing. You're gonna look in this book and see if Amy enjoys trees by climbing them. And you're going to compare or contrast and see if they are the same or different for each of these 3 pictures. So that is what we have for reading today. And after you've done that, we're gonna move into word work. Okay, we are moving into word work. And today, the first thing that you should be doing for word work is playing a quick game of Kaboom. So I'm gonna give us a refresher on what Kaboom looks like. You are using those cycle 18 words in your packet to put each of those words on a little slip of paper. So you can just rip paper or cut pieces or use sticky notes, whatever's easiest for you. You're gonna put each of those words on a separate sticky note or piece of paper, and you're gonna fold it up. You're also gonna write the word kaboom on one of those pieces of paper. Then once you have them all, you're gonna either put them in a cup or in a pile, and you're gonna pull them out one by one and read the word that's on the paper. And if you pull out the word kaboom, you are going to take all of the words that you've already read and pulled out and put them back in the pile and start over. So that was just a really quick refresher of what Kaboom looks like. After you've done Kaboom, make sure you watch that word work video down in the description. And we are going to go through our 5 vowels and the sounds that our vowels make. So I want you to, with me, we're going to say all of our 5 vowels and we're going to say what that vowel says. So the first one, A says ah. Then we have E. E says eh. After E, we have I, and I says I. After I, we have O, and O says ah. And after O, we have U, and U says All right, so those are our 5 vowels. Make sure you're practicing those and what the vowels say. And after that, we are going to move into rhyming. Okay, we're gonna jump right into rhyming. So you should have heard in the video about rhyming. And what we're gonna do together right now is go through 3 different sets of words, and you are going to pick out the word that does not rhyme. So I want you to either write it down or tell a parent or tell a sibling the word that does not rhyme in the set of words that I give you. So the first set of words that we're going to listen to, I have them written down right here, is hat, hip, and lip. I'm going to say those words one more time. I want you to find the word that does not rhyme. Hat, hip, lip. Take a minute to think about it, and we're going to check our work. So the word that does not rhyme is hat. Hat is in the at family. And then we have hip, which says ip in the ip family, and lip, which is also in the ip family. So hip and lip rhyme, hat does not. Alrighty, our next set of words that we have is sun, bee, and fun. Those 3 words are sun, bee, fun. I want you to decide which one does not rhyme. Alrighty, and the word that does not rhyme is bee. So sun and fun, they rhyme, and bee does not. All right, we have one more set of words, and those words are tan, tree, and man. Those 3 words are tan, tree, and man. Think about it for just 1 minute. Which one does not rhyme in tan, tree, and man? And the word that does not rhyme is tree. So tan and man are both in the and family. And then we have tree, which does not rhyme with those other 2 words. The last thing that we have to do for word work is some chaining. So you heard in the video about chaining, and what I want you to do is grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and we are going to chain some different words. I'm going to give you directions as you write down those words in a list. So grab a piece of paper and something to write with, and we're going to go ahead and start. So I want you to start out with the word log. Log. So go ahead and write that word down. Now, underneath the word log, I want you to change that word and write it again to say dog. So underneath log, I want you to write the word dog. After you've written dog, I want you to change this word to say jog, like you go for a jog. After you've written jog, underneath that, you're going to change that word, pick which sound you're going to change, to switch that word to hog. Hog. And for our last one, after you've written hog, we're going to underneath that change the word to say fog. Fog. And those are our chaining words. So I will put down in the description those words in order if you want to check and make sure you spelled them correctly, and make sure you just hang on to all of your work. Moving into math, the first thing that you are doing is, since it is day 15, I've got my number drawn right here. It is day 15. The first thing that I want you to do is get up and get your body moving. you are going to do 15 jumping jacks. So go ahead and do that. Count to 15 while you do jumping jacks. And pause me if you need to take a second to do that. And after you've done your 15 jumping jacks, you are going to practice counting to 100 again. And if you will, film yourself counting to 100. I would love to see some videos, so send those in Dojo. And I'll check those out. When you cross the decade, so when you cross 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way to 100, you are going to cross your midline. So you can choose how you do it, whether you want to touch your hand to your other hand, or touch your hand all the way to your opposite knee. Whatever one you want to do, you're going to cross the midline when you cross each decade. So that's what you're doing first for math. Okay, last but not least, we have science for today. So in science, we are looking at birds, and we are going to talk about just birds in general first, like all birds. And there are some characteristics that all birds have, so I wanted to share them with you. These characteristics are: birds have feathers, birds all have wings, birds have beaks, like on their face, their nose and mouth. Birds can lay eggs. And if you think back to what a mammal is, remember mammals give birth to live young, not to eggs. So that means a bird is not a mammal. And the last one is that most birds can fly. So those are the 5 different characteristics that make up birds. And we are going to look at 2 different birds specifically today. And before we look at them, I want you to grab something you can write with and something to write on. So either a pen, pencil, crayon, marker, and a piece of paper. Or if you're keeping up with all your work in a journal, you might want to do it in there. You are going to make a T chart. So you're going to draw your T, and you're going to put same and different. Since we are comparing and contrasting, we're looking at the things that are the same or the things that are alike. And then we're looking at the things that are different, so the things that are not the same. So go ahead and get your T chart prepared. I'm going to hold it up just for a second so you can see it and make your own. And after you do that, you are going to compare and contrast these 2 different birds. So I'm going to hold up 2 pictures of birds, and I want you guys to compare and contrast them. So if you want to pause the video on the picture so that you can get a closer look. So the first bird we're going to look at is a hawk. And if you want to go ahead and pause your video so you can get a good look at what this hawk looks like. I'm going to hold it up for a few more seconds. So there's our hawk, and I actually learned a cool fact about hawks. I went to the zoo this summer. It was actually called a raptor center, which is where they have huge birds that fly around. And a hawk's wingspan, so from one wing all the way to the other wing on the end, can be up to 6 feet long. And my dad is almost 6 feet. I'm sure a lot of you have parents or know someone who might be 6 feet tall, but that is really tall and long to have your arms be that long. So this bird can have a wingspan all the way to 6 feet long. So that's a pretty big bird. The other bird that we're going to look at today is a flamingo. And let me find my picture of a flamingo. And I'm going to hold it up for you so you can pause the screen if you want. And this is what a flamingo looks like. So after you have compared and contrasted those 2 birds, that's all we have for today. So I hope you can get outside maybe, or just do something to enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'm going to try to get outside and get some sun. And I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.